So here's the organizational structure of DFMWR here at Fort Carson. This is the Directorate of Family Morale, Welfare, and Recreation. I decided to focus on just this section of the organization because it's the section that I work in. And also, if I were to try to focus on the broader organizational structure of Fort Carson, it would be a disaster. At any rate, if we look here, so we've got the Directorate of Family Morale, Welfare, and Recreation, which I'll just refer to as DFMWR or just MWR from here on out. Mike O'Donnell, I stopped actually putting names in as we go down, but Mike O'Donnell is the director of DFMWR here at Fort Carson. Of course, he has people above him. He has the garrison commander above him ultimately here at the garrison, but we also have regional and national level DFMWR organization which has discretion over us. But here at Fort Carson, the chief here is the director. Director also has a deputy director. Here it's Nettie Eastlake. That basically the two of them help to oversee all the different organizations that are in at Fort Carson under DFMWR. And under DFMWR, we have these 5 different divisions. We have Child and Youth Services, we have the Support Division, we have Business, we have Recreation, Army Community Services. Basically, Child and Youth Services is what it sounds like. They work with the kids and the families. Support is all the basically the support stuff that's needed for like IT facilities, supplies, those sorts of things. Business is basically anything that's designed to make money, like the golf course, the bowling alley, any kind of retail services, with the exception of AAFES and the commissary. Recreation is basically what it sounds like, outdoor recreation. Special events, those sorts of things are under recreation. Army Community Services is basically a whole wide swath of things that are designed to service the Army community. I didn't break down the chains as we go down these others, but I did break down as we go down Child and Youth Services. So we go to Child and Youth Services, we have a chief. And then the chief supervises several kind of breaks down the areas of Child and Youth Services into different things. We have a functional technology specialist. That's me. That's where I am. There's just 2 of us. There's nobody below us. We have the administrators who oversee. We have 2 administrators who answer to the chief. They oversee the child development centers, and they oversee the school age services and the youth center. And if we look down here, so we have 6 child development centers at Fort Carson, and we have 2 school age centers, and we have 1 youth center. Youth centers for middle school and high school kids. So I'm going to minimize these, and we're going to look at this one here. So below each of these centers has a director. The director has an assistant director, or possibly more than one. They have some clerks, they have cooks, they have facility assistants, and then underneath the assistant director, they have child and youth program assistants who are the face to face with the kids, the ones that are actually in the rooms doing the work with the kids. So that's our structure going down that way. If we come back up here to the program operations specialists, who are kind of our financial gurus. They do the finances. They kind of help with the more technical side of things, and they're also responsible for a couple other things. So one of them is responsible for central registration, which is basically overseeing where parents register. The school liaison officers, who are kind of our link between the families on base and the school system, and then youth sports. The other one oversees our special needs coordinator, our nurses, and the administrative assistants, at least the administrative assistants that work up here in the administration building. And then we look over here, we also have trainers who do our training for our CYPAs and for the other staff, but largely for the CYPAs. So we have a lead trainer who oversees them, and then a trainer at each of the facilities who works with the CYPAs and the other staff there to to help to train them on the required trainings and also to help them provide the best quality service to the kids that we can. As you can see, what I'd say after looking at the organizational types, that we're kind of a blend of a functional organizational structure as well as an hierarchical. Oh, sorry, that word's not coming out great, but because in the military there's a clear chain of command. This is the chain of command that you would follow if you had concerns or were going up the chain of command. It's also broken into kind of different functions with so different roles are placed into different categories, especially when we look up here at the this first part of the DFMW, where like the roles are broken into different divisions, but it's still a clear hierarchy over who's in charge of who. But at any rate, I hope that quick, short, we were asked to be brief. We could talk about this a lot, and like I said, this chain could easily go all the way up to the President of the United States. But I think in order to keep this brief and without overwhelming myself or you, that's pretty much what our organization looks like. Again, like I said, it's kind of a blend of functional and hierarchical. Because of the just the nature of it's a government organization and we work on a military base, so that's where it is. I hope you've learned a little bit about that. Thanks a lot.